5,
TBR.
6, 7, 8.
Spring TBR. Hey, Spring TBR.
Yeah.
Spring TBR. You are like half a beat off from me. Oh my god. Welcome to the Read Receipts. This is our official Spring TBR. Spring TBR episode. Hey, my name is Caity.
My name's Devon.
My name is Jaclyn. I'm gonna say that with any TBR, I'm a little delulu in what I add to the list. It's kind of like a cart, and then I'm surprised to check out. I'm like, oh my gosh, we spent how much? But I have a lot on my list of hopefuls. So am I going to read half? That would be great. Am I going to read all of them?
Am I going to read any?
Chance.
Maybe. Who knows?
Probably not, honestly.
Maybe. Probably not.
I was looking back at how many books I'd read so far last year in comparison to this year. By March, I had already read like 15 books. I've read 3.
Oh.
Man,
it was a different time. Back then.
Yes, it was a different time, a different era. Oh, she was a different girl.
Yeah. 2024 is rolling so fast. Time is going so fast this year. I can't believe we're already talking spring. I thought we're still in winter. Mm-hmm. But okay. Do you guys have I don't even realize I'm looking at my list out. I don't even have like much of a priority to my order. I just literally it's just like a bunch of scribbles of everything.
How many books do you have on your Spring TBR?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have others that are like they're. I'm looking forward to them, but like I think I have like 5 that I'm like I really want to read these, or I will. I'm going to. I'm gonna read. I swear.
I also have 5.
Okay, I have 5. I have 5 as well.
Right,
but then I have 4 like anticipated releases that will probably go above the list of 5 that I have.
I will probably be reading any of these 5 books, and then once one of those comes out, I will stop to read that.
Well,
same. Okay, well, the first one on my list, I kind of already like started. I just got real I felt like I was out of the loop and I was getting FOMO, so I like read the first 2 chapters, and I want to read more, but I'm trying to finish my other books. But it is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Like I read like the first 3 chapters. I was just like, I just gotta know. Mm-hmm. I just gotta know a little bit. Like I know I want to drop everything and read it because I feel very left out right now. But the first part, I already know I'm really gonna love this book. Unless things go like a whole different direction, but I think I'm gonna really like it. It feels like a throwback to Twilight right now. I want to say like 3 chapters, 4 chapters, no more than that. Like I got the premise of the story, and we're like into the heart of like where we're gonna be going, but we haven't gone anywhere.
I haven't read it yet. I mean, will I eventually read it? Probably, but I didn't even include it in my TBR because. Well, as you know, I'm really enjoying Omegaverse content. I think it's so fascinating. I love seeing everyone's reaction videos. I love seeing people try to explain nodding to their significant other, looking up nodding, and then sitting in a chair in a cone of silence afterwards. Like, I'm finding it all so interesting.
I have a question. I think you might know what the question is. What's nodding?
Do you really want me to answer that for you?
Do you want to do it in like a hypothetical, like a?
No, I can explain it. Okay. I just don't know if you're gonna enjoy the answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
she's saying, yes, remember that you asked for this.
Okay, I gave my consent for you to tell me.
You're gonna have to. So buckle up. Okay. So it is when let me start over. Nodding is when you have a shifter who is having sex. So the male shifter is having sex, and he's in his aware. Yes, a human. Yes, he's human, and werewolf or dog of that format. One of those. So a werewolf, human being mix.
Okay.
He's having sex in his human form. And when he penetrates into the vajayjay, when I can't even say this.
I'm scared.
His P will get stuck in the V because the part that's not in the V gets inflamed, if you will, and it's where he's stuck in her V and he cannot get out.
Wait, I'm sorry.
I feel like I'm not doing a good example of this. Okay, let me take it back. Okay, let me take it.
No, you are.
Let me take it back.
That's literally
so. When dogs mate, they're typically it's like a non-consensual situation. This is so bad. It's typically in a non-consensual relationship, like when dogs mate.
Yes.
You hope that it is, but it's not always. And
for most animals,
it's not, right? So when the dog is penetrating the P and the V, it will get stuck because at that point he is ejaculating and the semen needs to be implanted into the V for them to have baby doggies, to have puppies, not baby dog, whatever. So that's knotting. And so now you're taking that
and applying
it to a human who turns into a werewolf who is having consensual sex with the opposite sex, and it's getting stuck, and that is knotting. It was so long, so yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And that is knotting.
No judgment. No judgment. Not Celsius.
I think I'm going to have a problem with whenever that part makes itself known because I grew up with, like, our family bred dogs. And so as soon as it's a really uncomfortable, like, literally, I'm like, it literally is the least sexy thing I've ever seen. And so, wait, you're telling me we decided we want to adapt that into a sexy book? Okay, I guess it's animalistic and the breeding aspect is there, but for me personally, it's going to be real hard. Because I'm quite familiar. I've seen it in the dog sphere. Unfortunately, live, I've seen it. And not something I'm like, that would be really cool. And,
I'm wondering if it's like for the people who love like a breeding kink. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't think. Yeah.
Well, I will report back. I will say I have an if this then that. Like if I like Bride and the Omegaverse somehow, I get into it. I'd actually already heard good things about the book Fake Mates. And I didn't realize it makes a lot of sense now that you think about the title. But again, I was very uninformed Omegaverse wise. So that's another Omegaverse book. So I'm like, well, if I like Bride, I might read.
I've really good things about that one.
We'll see.
And would probably be more interested in reading that one than Bride. But I like what is she? She's a witch? Or vampire. Sorry, vampire. She's a vampire.
Vampire.
Which I do like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like it because it's like there's a whole world in which the humans know about, like, it's a new world, so it has a like fantasy-esque element to it of like, okay, so in this world everyone knows about the vampires and the werewolves are over here and the vampires are over here doing this, and so there's some world building in there, which in a like contemporary-ish romance, I love it. So I will report back.
Exciting.
Sounds like I'm traumatized now that
honestly, I thought it was going to go a different way when you said like shifting, like because you said he starts in his human form. Oh. And I was like, I don't know. I don't want to know where he finishes.
Like he finishes in his werewolf form.
And I thought you were going to say like and then shifts into Asthur. And I was like, not for me, maybe.
That would make more sense. And then he gets stuck. But
that's what I was like. But then I honestly was happily surprised when he didn't, so it kind of balanced it out. I was like, oh.
You know what? I haven't read the book, so I can't say that that's not what happens, but...
Fair enough.
One day we'll know. One day we'll know. One of us will get there. Okay, what else do you guys have?
Oh, I have a little fanfic.
Oh.
I know. My second fanfic.
Okay.
Of my life, I guess. But it really is. So I have to like mentally prepare for it. But Wait and Hope by Might Be Writing. It's a Dramini.
Okay, I was going to ask, is it Dramini again?
Oh. Someone commented and was like, you have the couch and the bookshelf from Wait and Hope. And I was like, well, now I need to read this.
Okay.
So I actually have no idea what it was about, but I downloaded it.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Sometimes that's the best. Go in blind.
Oh, wait. I lied. I do kind of know what it's about. Because I read a little bit as I was downloading. Hermione loses her memory, and she forgets that she's married to Draco. That was the synopsis.
Interesting. I feel...
Yeah.
Is that not the synopsis of a few of them?
Just like fall in love with him
or
again?
Is that...
I think it is. It's I mean, Manacled, the other one I read.
Yeah.
Similar.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Similar.
Yeah.
Well, I think all of them is sort of like, then they play off that like flashback kind of vibe, which I love.
Yeah, because it's fun to be like, I cannot be married
to
like this awful human being. And it's so funny to like watch that play out.
I am. And I love him. Silly me.
So I'm just going to read it vicariously on my couch, being like, am I Hermione?
I think you are.
Like, Draco, when are you coming home for dinner? I didn't cook anything, but...
Oh my god. Let me see which one I want to mention. Oh, there is this one, House of Hollow by Crystal Sutherland. It's a modern day dark fantasy. And I guess there's 3 sisters. 2 of them disappear at the beginning. They come back. They have no memory of what happened. They grow up, and now I think the story focuses on the 3rd sister. And the similar thing happens to her. She comes back, and now they like have to all like figure out what happened to their past and like where they disappeared to. And it's set in modern day. And I was like, ooh. And the cover's like so cute. You know, I'm in love for covers.
I'm really enjoying modern day fantasy. Like that's really appealing to me right now for some reason. Maybe because it feels new and not a little bit of a Crescent City hangover maybe.
It sounds really good. All the ones on my list are like, that's the only fantasy book I have. I don't know if you guys have been experiencing this, but I feel like really in a slump with fantasy books. Like I feel like there's so much of like, this is the next book, the next fantasy book. I'm like, ugh. I feel like I just need to like step out of that genre for a bit. I will never go away from it because fantasy is my number one. But I feel, I don't know, some sort of like ick towards it with TikTok or something. I don't know.
I don't know where this like pressure. Oh no, Caity. Oh yeah, you lost your. Oh wait a second.
Someone was calling me. So yeah.
Oh, so now we know what happens. But good thing is you were done talking. So I don't know what this like pressure is to be the next in anything, and like why. I understand it's really helpful when you're giving recommendations to be like, if you like this, you'll like this. But I feel like this like constant and like this ranking and leveling of books is sort of ruining fantasy, especially sort of ruins it because you either have it's all these preconceived notions you bring in. So yeah, I'm down with now when I'm seeing a fantasy book, like I don't want to know anything about it. Like I literally just I didn't read any of the words on, when they list all the tropes and things, I didn't read any of the words. I waited till they flipped the book over and they showed the cover and I wrote down the name, and the cover is enough for me. Yes. It was called Nectar of War by Leilani Helen Aki. The cover looks great.
Mm-mm.
I don't want to know a thing. If you guys know, don't tell me. I just want to go in blind for once with fantasy because I'm so tired of people telling me it's like this or this. It has this. I don't want to know anymore. I just want to read a good fantasy book. So
have
that
you
one's
seen
on my TBR as well.
How thick it is?
Going in blind.
It's a big boy.
But as someone who just somehow finished When the Moon Hatched, when I thought that was going to take me 20 years, and I did finish it, I am not afraid anymore. But maybe for the sake of like reading more books.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm like not reading because I'm reading all these long ass books. Like if I was someone who was worried about like my TBR count, like people like over here like it's body count, like it's really important to them. I'm not worried. If someone asks me how many books I've read, I don't take it like any kind of like ranking or judgment. So it's really more for me like of like how much I'm enjoying reading, less like how much I'm reading. So if it's a good 600, 700 pages, fine, so a lot of world building, but like visually, I can picture this world on another level. I was dreaming about it. So description wise, great. Is it a little long-winded? Yes. Do I like the love story? Did it take a little long to get to it? Yes. Like it's not perfect by any means, but man, I really wanted to feel like I wanted another world that really like grabbed me and that I pictured a lot. And so the world is really cool, but it's a lot of work. It's not a easy read. So I don't know if you're in the mood for it and you want like a new world, a fantasy world that feels new that you haven't heard before. I'd say definitely read it.
Noted. I would think I'm going to read it at some point this year. Probably wait till fall. If I'm being completely realistic with myself. But I did buy it and I have it on my shelf.
But I feel like spring TBR, summer TBR is like for the romance books and not fantasy.
Yeah.
So we can hold off on the fantasy for now, which I hate saying that, but unfortunately.
You guys want to rapid fire the other ones on your list?
Yeah, let's hear them.
Sure. I'm like looking like I think I have 2 romance. The Kingmaker by Kennedy Ryan. And The Ones That Write Themselves by Sydney Boland. I did that one. I want to read that during St. Patrick's Day. It's Irish.
Cute.
And then My Brilliant Friend, Elena Ferranti. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. And then, I just got Midnight on Beacon Street by Emily Ruth Verona, I think it is, which is like a horror mystery book.
Ooh.
It's a little different, but it's like very tiny. It's like 200 pages, quick read. So I'm excited about that.
I need some more of those on my list. I also have a Kennedy Ryan one. It comes out in March, but This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. I think it comes out like the same day as Swift and Saddled, so that'll be a tough choice as to like which one. I have both Swift and Saddled and This Could Be Us on my list. I also have Next of Kin by Hannah Bonham Young. I really, really liked Out on a Limb in a way that I didn't think I would. So I definitely want to try another one of her books. She's got like rapid fire. She has another one coming out this year too. And then the last one I have on here is Ready or Not by Cara Bastone. I feel like I ordered it for the bookstore and then literally the next day I saw it all over everyone's feeds, like annotating.
It's cute.
It's a very pretty cover. And it does have it has a pregnancy trope, and I usually hate them. But when I read Out on a Limb, I was surprised at how much it didn't bother me. So I think maybe it's the writing, but everyone's talking about her writing style and less about the pregnancy trope itself. So I'm really hoping I'm going to try it. Heard such good things that I'm like,
if you end up liking it, I will read it because that is the one thing. The pregnancy trope was the one thing that was turning me off about the book because I saw the cover, I saw everyone talking about it. I knew it was a romance book. I was like, oh, this sounds perfect. And then someone mentioned the pregnancy, and I was like, it's a no for me. I don't think I can go through this.
My favorite thing is looking at the cover, like it's so cute, and then like zooming in, and like, oh, she's pregnant on the cover.
I completely
like, I just
missed that because I was like, wow, this is so cute.
It was the overalls. It's the overalls.
And honestly, the cover, I mean, the title makes sense. Ready or not to have this baby.
No. I know the way I missed all the cues. It was like, and then someone said pregnancy, and you and both. I go, I don't know.
Oh Jesus.
Oh
yeah.
Again, we'll report back. Okay. What else do you have on your list?
I have a historical fiction. I have The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I have the one that Devon recommended, Happy Hour, which from our TikTok, there were quite a few Happy Hour fans all saying that it was really good.
I saw that. I was like kind of relieved because you get nervous when you recommend a book to someone. And I'm like, oh, but now I feel good because like there's 2 other girls who are like, I love that book.
I just need one person to validate me.
So I'm really excited for those 2. And then I have one that feels very out of pocket, but I used to stan this writer so I was reading every single book of hers, which is Leanne Moriarty, who did Big Little Lies, 9 Perfect Strangers, all of those. Like me circa 2017, 2015. Oh my God, I was eating that shit up. Every single one that came out was like, yes. Her, and there's one other writer that is very similar to her that I would like all of their books. But I have this one on my list. It came out a couple years ago. Apples Never Fall, because it just got picked up by Peacock and the series just came out. So I was like, well, I loved Big Little Lies, so I'm obviously going to love this, but I need to read it first. So that is on the TBR.
I might join you on that. That sounds good.
Yeah. It's like
sounds really
I think
good.
The mom disappears and they have to and all the kids have to figure it out. I'm like, love.
I do love when there's like I love a mystery plot. Like I used to just read murder mysteries so much that I had to take a little breather, but like I love a fiction kind of like not like that doesn't follow that formula. But yeah, so here's the problem with like me having a TBR coming into this. Like it's now
it's like a monologue. I think not.
Yeah. Were you silent or were you silent?
Bitch. Stop talking. I waited patiently. Like I do know that it's happening, so there's that.
Okay, try again.
Okay. But this is the problem with these TBRs that we do when we do them together. Now suddenly I'm like I'm like literally shifting everything around because of these books you guys are bringing up. So
yeah,
it's tough. It's tough.
It is
to have
hard,
a TBR.
especially when there's
it really
a bunch
is.
of really exciting a bunch of really exciting new releases coming out within the next like 2-3 months.
I need you guys to tell me
it's stacked.
When and where. Like text me and be like, Devon, time to go to the bookstore today, because I actually have no idea what's coming out soon.
So like a couple I know I'm really looking forward to, which I think that are big ones, are Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, and then of course Funny Story by Emily Henry. Those 2 are top of mind when you say new releases coming out. I know there's more, but those are the ones.
Did you see
I'm like, I'll drop everything.
Happy Place limited edition that came out?
No.
Was it Happy Place or Beach Read?
I don't know, but I pre-ordered it. I think there's Happy Place.
From who?
Is it like have the sprayed edges that are like
it was
really,
it was like sunset,
like colorful?
Yes.
Yellow.
I think I saw Beach Read, but it was
I blacked out.
Oh, so it's not one of like the Fairy Loot La La La's. It's just like the publisher.
It's just by Emily Henry.
Okay, just the publisher. Yeah. Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was really excited because I thought it was Happy Place. Which I guess, okay, whatever.
Yeah, like it's Beach Read. I'm going to cancel.
Yeah, I still want it because there's not enough yellow books, which is like a side tangent.
Ooh.
It's cute.
I love a good yellow book.
It's
just like a pastel yellow.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
It's so happy. I understand why you would think it was happy place, because that color is just happiness.
I saw it, it brought me joy, and I was like, this must be happy place.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to cancel the order. I'm keeping it.
No. And if anybody comes to your home and says, oh, you have the special edition of Beach Read, no, that's happy place. That's a happy place. Yeah. And they're like,
I'm just going to
it is
take off the cover and put it on my happy place book. Like, it's what's the inside that counts. So
precisely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, well, apart from Funny Story and Abby Jimenez books that's coming out, the other two are few in March. The Tower by Flora Carr, which I think is another historical fiction. I think this one is like I don't know. It's like medieval vibes. I don't know. It's like the Tudor. Something about like the Tudor, that age. I think it has something to do with King Henry or one of the kings. I love it. The more I talk about it, I should stop talking because I don't even think that's the plot of the book. Just know I'm excited for that one, for whatever it is, whatever the plot may be. March 5th, next week. I'll let you know. I don't win. I don't know how or what.
It's shocking that we don't get paid to advertise these books.
Like, why aren't you paying me to do that?
How? Like, I don't know.
I don't know jack shit about this.
Where are the DMs? Authors, where are you in the DMs?
Well, you want to work with us? We're so good at this. But the other one I'm actually so excited about, and I found out about this recently. Leigh Bardugo is coming out with a new book in April, The Familiar. And so it's vampires, and I'm like, oh, heck yes. I'm so excited.
It looks...
Mm-hmm. The cover looks amazing.
And I like that.
I'm really excited about that one.
Yeah. Oh my God. Now I'm just so excited.
Once again, like tripled my TBR. Will I read any of these? I don't know. But I'm excited.
I'm still behind on my fall TBR.
Yeah.
I'm like 50% like through 4 books right now. I keep starting them without finishing them. And I keep saying, well, I'll just juggle these 2. And then I throw in another one. And I'm like, well, I'll just... And I don't know what's going on. So it's like, I don't know, whatever, like it's not a book slump. It's like I can't commit. I'm like a commitment phobe right now with books. It's like I keep starting them. Like I've got bookmarks in so many books right now. My Kindle has like literally was like, you cannot put that one on here unless you get rid of another one. And I was like, oh, but I'm still reading all of these. So yeah, one day I'll commit, and then that's probably where my count is. Like honestly, if you combined like the 50% of books I've read more than I thought. But I'm having a problem finishing a book right now. So here's to me finishing a book in March. Fixing
your commitment issues.
Yes, I will commit. I will finish.
God. Well, I think we should commit to ending this episode at least.
Fair enough.
Amazing. Well,
okay, so
we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.